Okay, hello and welcome to you all. My name is Vishal, and this is our session for the cohort for strategy compass. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about strategy, we're going to talk about business. Give me just a bit, let me just see. Okay, now here you go. I'm just checking if my microphone. Welcome to you all. Yep, apparently I just wanted to do a confirmation of my voice, and it seems that it's working fine. We are live on LinkedIn, and what are we going to do in this book session, this book club or this session is by we will be studying strategy management. It is said that at least 80% of the businesses, new businesses for that matter, they fail in the first 3 years. So, and this is often it is due to the due to inadequate planning and lack of long-term strategy within the organization. And there might be a strategy, but apparently there is no implementation of that strategy, and all the stakeholders who once upon a time did the who, what, and why of the strategy did not actually were not on the same page. They just put this document together and they started working on it, but apparently they still don't agree. So we have pulled in a very senior member of in the management industry, who is about to write write a book as well. In a couple of his book is about just to come, and he has been he's an accomplished individual with a diverse background spanning across engineering, corporate strategy, and business excellence. Now, business excellence is core mental, I would say, and there is where he became my mentor as well. So he's my mentor as far as the business excellence is concerned. We have done a couple of projects together, of course in various organizations, and wherein he was as a consultant and I was the client themselves. He holds a bachelor degree in mechanical engineering from BITS Pilani, India, and a master's in business administration from the United Kingdom. So he's a certified balanced scorecard graduate, and if that does not excite you on a Sunday morning, I don't know what's going to excite you, because somebody sharing their knowledge on the balanced scorecard it's the monitor, or for that matter your dashboard, which will tell you how your health of your strategy is, how your strategy that you have defined is working for you. So now, since and he has done under the mentorship of esteemed scholars like Dr. Kalpan and Norton at Palladium. My bad, sir, if I know that you are there, if I have pronounced that wrong. For more than 2 decades, he has been an influential figure in the facilitating strategy development and BSc, that is the balanced scorecard implementation. He has implemented BSc and performance improvement programs in dozens of organizations in India and Middle East. He was very prominent in the Middle East, and many Middle East organizations he has worked along with them. He has been a long time resident of Dubai, the sunny Dubai, and for nearly 34 years. Also played a pivotal role as an assessor and team leader in Dubai Quality Award. And if I'm not wrong, I saw him being published on one of the periodicals, receiving that award as well. Initiating of development of economic development, UAE. He also participated in assessment of Tata Group companies on Tata Business Excellence model, and that's one of the, I would say, the most tested and most used model around. His unique advantage lies in his role as a facilitator for both EFQM and MBNQA business excellence models, granting him a broader perspective and access to the best practice in strategy management from world across world-class organizations. So here you go, guys. We have a mentor with us who is who would be helping us out and would be guiding us. He graciously agreed to be a part of this book club and, of course, share his knowledge with us and learn with. I mean, we want to learn with him on in bite size. That's what we excel at. So, Mr. Gopal, you can hear me. You can unmute yourself and perhaps you can go on live. Viewers, please bear with us. This is our first session, so as a good omen, we might have some technical glitches. So don't be surprised with that and bear with us. So if you can hear me.
Yes, good morning, everybody. Thank you, Vishal, for such a wonderful introduction. I am not sure I am really worth of that much of appreciation or praise. So anyway, it's really wonderful to talk to the audience, and I welcome you all on this session. For some reason, I'm not able to see whether I'm on video, but that doesn't matter. So this is something we don't have to worry about. So without wasting further time, we will just start with the presentation. And this is I have few slides so that those I will be using for explaining you the concept about this strategy.
Okay, so I'm just reconfirming that are we audible? Okay,
Yes,
and yes, we are audible. Actually, we are audible. So you can use the share button and share your slide, and we can take it from there.
Okay, 1 second. Okay, this is my presentation. I'm able to see. Are you able to see it?
Not yet. Let me just open up Zoom. Okay. So you need to go on to the what do you call? Give me a bit. You need to go on to the share button and click from there. I don't see any share coming in from you.
Okay, 1 second. Okay, share screen. And here it is. Yeah. Okay.
No, sir. I don't think so. I got your screen.
No, I have it shared now, but and it shows me the button for stop sharing. So that means it is shared.
Yeah, so you are right.
It shows it is still loading. Your screen sharing is loading. That is what it is.
Okay, okay. So bear with us, people. A lot of information is about to come. And
no, I think some reason my camera is not working.
okay, I got your share. I got your share, sir.
Okay, you got the share.
I got the share. I will share to the people on LinkedIn because on YouTube, Zoom, whosoever is there, they would be able to see everything, but apparently not on LinkedIn. So I will just change my screen, and you can take away. So I cannot see your screen though. I can see your. I got the share. I will share to the people on LinkedIn because on YouTube. Okay. You can go ahead, sir. We can listen to you. For some reason, your camera is not visible, but we are live.
Okay, then okay, yes, fine. So everybody is able to see the screen?
Yep. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
First screen, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So a little bit brief. Of course, Vishal has already talked about it. So I'm a strategy management consultant with almost like 20, 25 years. I have been in this field. And before that, I was like you. I was also, I think most of you are coming from projects background. I also worked on projects with Voltas in the Middle East. And I worked on some of the most prestigious projects like Burj Khalifa and Emirates Palace Hotel in Abu Dhabi and those kind of things. Gradually, I moved to corporate strategy. Then I learned about balances scorecard myself, and then in business excellence and all those kind of stuff. So I have a diverse background, but from my heart, I am still an engineer. So I try to have kind of a justification for whatever I try to do or I try to implement in organization. And I'm very particular that whatever I do, at least it helps the organization in terms of improving efficiencies or improving business. So this is what I have gathered together, and I have put a brief presentation. We will not be talking about too much of technical. Initially, I will just cover the reasons why most of the businesses fail and what is the reason, primarily what are the most common reasons about failure of a business, and then we will look at what can be done about it. So it may take half an hour just to cover all this, but we'll be trying to cover as much as possible within the time given. So this is, of course, a little bit about me. So Vishal has already spoken about it. So let's see, this is based on my own research. I have been researching on this subject for almost 10 years. And I read a lot, so maybe I have a collection of more than 500 books, 800 books, approximately, me and my son together. So this is based on my own research and my experience. So every entrepreneur, any business starts with a dream, actually. So people have different reasons for starting a business. Some people are looking for financial freedom. Some people are looking at self-actualization, that they have a dream, they want to realize something, and they want to have a personal fulfillment kind of a thing. Then some people are they are looking for work-life balance, and they want to have some flexibility so that maybe they have some other interests, they can focus on those interests. And then some people have like kind of a community development, or they have aspiration that they want to develop or make a positive impact on the people. So that's one of the reasons. Some people, they work for legacy, they want to leave behind their name, and for future generations and for the country, they want to do something so that their name is well known. And some people are looking for growth. Maybe they have already a small business from which they have inherited, and they want to go for expansion and those kind of things. So these are primarily 6 reasons, most common reasons which are there behind it starting a business. And of course, some people they have no other option than they start a business, but then I will not consider that as a motive behind the business. It's like they are helpless and they are starting a business. So I don't consider those people as entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs are those who plan things and they want to do something, and this is their own personal dream or wish.
So more or less what we are trying to say over here, sir, is to you find your need and the drive. As simple as that.
Yes.
Okay.
So, and then now let's look at that, as Vishal was saying, and this is actually true worldwide, that 80% of the businesses fail within 3 years from the inception. And this is really true. Now, the failure of a business is not that they close down 100%, but if you're not able to realize what your dream was or what you planned for yourself in the first 3 years, if you're not able to reach there, then also it is a failure. Okay, so that is a broad definition of failure of business. So you are just surviving or is still making losses, and in the first 3 years you are not able to take off, then it is called as a failure. So that's the definition which is being used internationally, and that is what I am considering here also. So let's quickly look at the poor organizational performance. What are the reasons? The very first one is the inadequate planning. Entrepreneur or a startup, they don't make a very elaborate plan that how they are going to do, why they are starting the business, how they are going to attract the customers. So the planning is actually lacking, and they just jump into the business, and somebody gives them, push or some kind of a, positive feedback that no, it will work for you. You go ahead and this and that. So the planning is not there. They don't know where they are going. They just have some business idea in mind and they start the business. So that is the first reason. Second one is, if they have a plan, they plan thoroughly. Maybe they appoint somebody or take help of somebody, some consultant, and then they plan. But then they are not able to execute that plan properly. So because planning is one thing and execution requires certain other traits in a person, because you have to be persistent, you need to have adequate knowledge about your industry and all those factors. And then if you don't have those kind of expertise and those kind of behavioral aptitudes, then it becomes a problem. So weak execution capability is one thing. You're not able to execute your business plan. The third one, this is very common in many of the startups and entrepreneurs, they have a silo mentality. They have some idea about the business, they plan about it, they are afraid of sharing with people because they think that somebody else will steal their business idea and they will start Me Too kind of a business. So they don't share too much information. Even they're working on their business plan, they have employees, but then employees are in the dark. They don't know what this organization is all about, what they plan. They have very broad level plan which they share. Okay, 5 years we are going to do this and that, and we are going to reach somewhere and all that. But day-to-day operations, they don't share too many secrets because of the silo mentality, or because of, I would also say, scarcity mentality. They are scared that, if somebody else takes this idea and then starts a business.
So, would you think that we said about inadequate planning? Do you think over planning also kills it?
Sorry?
Do you think that over planning also kills it? The poor organization?
Over planning doesn't kill, overthinking kills it.
Ah, okay. Okay.
Okay, so the overthinking, and you keep on thinking and you're not able to decide, or you plan too broad and you consider too many factors, then you're trying to be everywhere and then you're nowhere.
Okay. Okay.
So over planning is not a problem. Problem is overthinking. You are keeping too many options and then you're not able to decide and you're still spending time and energy on that. What do I do? So then it is a problem.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay, so again, my screen is not responding. Oh, 1 second.
Now, this is a good omen, sir. It means our session is going good.
Yes. Okay. Anybody has, I don't know how this, because for me it is the first session you have been conducting. Anybody has any question, we will take all those at the end, or somebody can talk in between. I am not sure.
So people
whatever
who,
you have been doing. Yes.
yeah, people who are in Zoom, they would be simply unmuting their mic and they can talk. People who are on, I'm constantly, we are live streaming on LinkedIn, YouTube and Facebook as well.
Yes.
So I'm monitoring there as well. If somebody has a question, they can post it in the chat box and I can take it from there.
All right. Okay. Fine.
Okay.
Fine. So maybe you can keep your questions ready, or you can type it so that we can take it if time permits at the end of the session. Okay. The fourth major reason is inadequate resources, because of course the startups and especially the bootstraps, they don't have unlimited funds. There are no backup. There's no adequate financial resources. Then you're not able to hire people as you would like to hire, or have infrastructure system. So inadequate resources is the fourth most common factor for a poor performance in the organization. Obviously, without resources, you can't have a business running smoothly. The fifth is the lack of clarity. A lack of clarity about your market, your external
Fourth,
environment. You may have adequate information about your strengths and weaknesses, your limitations, but if you are not, you have not thoroughly researched your market and your customer segments, your competition, demand, and even pricing, then it can be a reason for your business failure. Then, of course, external factors, which is also included in lack of clarity, competition, market factors, and you start a business, maybe some new competitors and players and new products emerge in the market which you are not aware of. So then competition becomes tough. So external factors also impact the organizational performance. And then the last one, which also is really important, is resistance to change. So entrepreneurs, they have a set mindset. They think that they have full idea about their business and their product or service which they are launching or which they have already launched. They are not very open to criticism, and they are not very open in sharing their business idea, take feedback from people, so that they are not able to change. They are reluctant to sharing all this, and they are reluctant to change themselves and adapt based on the changed, let's say, market conditions. So this is something really kills the business. So you need to adapt as you move forward. You learn more about the market, you keep upgrading your knowledge, and then keep adapting yourself to the business. So this is very important, but it is missed out in new businesses. So if you look at, most of these factors are related to lack of well-planned strategy. Okay, inadequate planning means we are talking about lack of strategy. Execution capability comes from your strategy. The silo mentality, you need to share. If you want people to contribute to your business success, you need to share with them adequate information and knowledge so that they are able to do their job. They should know why they are doing what they are doing. It is very important. That is what will motivate the employees. Then adequate resources is obvious. Lack of clarity, of course, is because lack of planning, because you are not studying the market, customer requirements. External factors also is part of the strategy development. Resistance to change is your part of your execution capability, because your strategy, even if you have a well thought strategy and you're developed in detail, if things change, if external environment change, you need to adapt yourself to the new environment. And this is very much part of your strategy development process and strategy execution process. So at least 6 out of these 7 factors are related to strategy execution. And what it leads to is obvious customer dissatisfaction and loss of customers, because you're not able to satisfy the customers. Your product is not actually, maybe initially because of your marketing and all, this product is going very well, but then later on you start facing challenges. Then because of that, you start missing out your targets and goals, and then you have market share and competitiveness is affected, and this leads to decline in financial performance and damaged reputation and brand image. So people, they don't want to buy your product and services. And then finally, what you do is you lose your opportunity for growth and expansion. So if you look at these factors, actually strategy planning is, or strategy execution together, it's one of the most important factor for any business for achieving that real success, which actually based on your business plan.
Yeah, so that brings the importance of the overall strategy, why we need to have one in the place, and why we need to and how we need to avoid the pitfalls of losing the traction on the, let's say, the mission, vision, and values of the organization, wherein strategy would be what is the one which is like the roadmap for your mission, vision, and value. Can we say that, sir?
Yes, I think that's it's a very good question, but then it requires some time. So I need to, maybe I'll take 2 minutes. See, mission, vision, and values, most of the organizations they have, but I would say not even 99% people, they have it for publicity. Okay. So I think I have done this exercise with, when you were working with your this thing. So mission, vision, and values are supposed to be most important factors for strategy development. Because mission is the purpose, why you have this business, why you are into this business, what do you want to do, what do you want to achieve. Okay, so why you are doing what you're doing, that's a question. So that's a mission. I want to solve the, let's say, poverty in my country, or I want to improve the health of the society. So that is my purpose, suppose. So that's a mission. Vision is where I want to be in next 15 years or 20 years. So that is vision. This is my dream state where I'm going to reach. And the values is basically what is really dear to you, what you will not compromise while you're working towards your mission and vision. So maybe I would say that, okay, customer comes first is my one value. Okay, so then you will do anything to make sure that your customer is happy and satisfied. So that's your value. Commitment is another value. So whatever value you are choosing, that actually sets your culture. But most of the organizations, they have it, they will appoint external consultant, and then consultant will come with some bright, good looking statements about the mission, vision, and values, and they will be displayed on the website. It will not even be communicated or explained to the employees. And then, because these three are supposed to align the whole organization towards a common goal or common objective, and set kind of a culture which is really conducive to the business growth. So your values, all these three are very, very important. And then once you have those mission, vision, and value statement, then you start your strategy planning exercise. Because you should be knowing what is my purpose of my organization, where I want to be while in this organization, while working on my business. Otherwise, you cannot plan. Because if you don't plan where you're going, you will reach somewhere and you don't know where that is.
Okay, thank you, sir. Yeah, that's a very, a very collective way to put it. I just want to remind the viewers, since we are live on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook, you can type in your questions in the chat box or the comment box. Not only that, whatever opinions or observations are being shared in this in this forum at this very moment, they are our own. And nothing to do with our previous or present employers. Just want to put that out.
Yeah. Okay. So,
sir, I think we need to do a wrap. We can keep the rest for the next week. We are kind of short over with 3 minutes, and we can do a wrap. And I'm pretty sure we have a good amount of people coming on LinkedIn. And I see that people are streaming on YouTube as well. So if we can do a wrap now, we can continue from here or the next slide, whichever you choose. And whenever you choose, as per your convenience, we can take it from there.
Okay, I think what I'll do is, because this slide actually summarizes what we have discussed so far. So, and then we can stop it here after this slide. I'll just go through the 6 bullet points what I have on my screen. Okay, so these are the additional factors or additional constraints for any business to survive or thrive. So I'll finish this slide and then we stop it there and then we can take the question. It's fine for that, everyone?
Well, I don't, on Facebook, I see some thumbs up coming. So, yep, we are good.
Okay. So see, one is, of course, we have just seen that strategy is very, very important, and strategy is, of course, it depends on the kind of business you are in. So for example, for the oil and gas industry, maybe you will develop a strategy for 25 years, because if you want to put a plant installation of that plant itself takes 5 years or 8 years or 10 years. So that's the kind of thing. In the FMCG, probably you will every quarter you will review your strategy and try to get some new idea. So it depends on the industry to industry. But then there are other factors which actually contribute to the misery of a business or entrepreneur. Is 80% of I will just cover quickly on these 6 bullet points. 80% of the business value is latent, which is actually hidden. And what are these things? maybe you have some systems and processes which are unique to your organization. You have some capabilities, you have some patents, you have some knowledge which your competitors don't have. All these things are called latent because they are not reflected in the balance book, balance sheet. So why they are not? Because they have no actual value, no physical value. So in balance sheet only you have those physical assets and resources which you are using for your business. But this latent value is often ignored. And this is one of the most important resource you have at your disposal for a successful business. The second factor is only 5% of the staff understand the strategy because it's not shared, it's not communicated, it is not explained. The inputs are not taken from the employees while developing the strategy. So there's no buy-in from the employees, even if you share it. So they just ignore it. 85%, and this is based on the research I'm talking about. So everything what I'm sharing with you, it is based on research. I have done my own research and based on research which many of the scholars have been studying this subject. Next is 85% of the owners spend less than few hours in a month discussing the strategy. Once the business starts, most of the business owners or senior leadership team, they focus on just meeting the targets because most of the businesses are target driven for obvious reasons. There's nothing wrong about it, but you have to set aside the time discussing your strategy, how you're doing, what you're achieving, whether what you're achieving is as per your strategy or not. So that's important. Traditional reporting and management system focus only on the results as we have discussed. So your balance sheet or your financial statements are only focused on the results. They don't talk about how the results were achieved, what was the reason behind success or failure. The next one is the focus is only on doing things right rather than doing the right things. Doing things right is your quality management system, your operations, your systems and processes. But doing the right things is about strategy. Are you doing the right things? So that's a question organizations need to ask themselves frequently, which is often not done. Then organizations are more control and compliance driven businesses rather than mission and customer driven. Your businesses need to be mission and customer driven. Your mission should drive. Now, again, we are talking about the importance of mission. So mission should drive everything you do and obviously the customers. So most of the businesses, because they are target driven, so you are talking about control and compliance rather than mission and customer. So this is one of the most very important factor actually which contribute to the misery. So whole organization has to work as one single entity working together towards a common objective or a mission, and they should be focusing on customer, not on the profits and targets. So I think I'll stop it here, Vishal. And thank you everyone for listening to me. If really it interests you, we will continue, having those brief sessions and I can share more insights. And then we will, of course, probably in the next session, I'll just bring you a very simple example to show you what can be done and what should be the thought process, how you can actually come out of this kind of a situation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. So we have a small question coming in from Ali Lahiri on our WhatsApp group.
Okay.
He says that when you say compliance driven, is this the statutory compliance that we are talking about, or is it the compliance of the values of the organization?
Okay. Here, we are not talking about the statutory compliance here, because that anyway you have to do, right? So there's no two ways about it. If there are certain, let's say, standards you need to comply with for your products or services, then you need to comply. There's no two ways about it. So I'm not talking about those compliances. Those compliances are business specific. Your certain industries, you have more compliances to follow. Certain industries, you don't need to. So these are external compliance you're talking about. What I'm talking about is that, okay, the senior manager said, this is what you need to do. This is what you want to, we want to achieve, and just go about it. So and then you have probably, certain sets, procedures or systems, and then you are required to comply this. So what you are doing is you are limiting your employees that, okay, this is important, but at the same time, it's not simply that you continue doing same things what you have been doing for past 10 years. So this is where the problem comes when you have a control and compliance driven. That is important. There's no doubt about it. But then you should be more focused on mission and your customer, because your mission might change. Mission generally don't change, but it may happen that you're forced to change your mission. Maybe it's not something you are really successful about it. You want to change your business or something. So you need to, as long as your mission is there and it's still relevant, you need to be mission driven, because mission is your very purpose of your organization. And then obviously any business exists for a customer. So what customer change? If the taste changes of your customer, then you need to change your product or service. If any competitors have emerged in the market, you need to change yourself. You need to make sure that you're still competitive and relevant to your customers. So those kind of things. So the external focus is very, very important. At the same time, internally, you need to be focused for improvement, not for control. The control and compliance is talking about continue doing same thing what we have been doing for past, let's say, 5 years. So this is where the most of the organizations become stagnant, and they are not able to see the external environment, changes in the external environments, changes in the customers' requirements and needs and preferences, and then businesses become stagnant. So you need to be agile. Of course, control and compliance is important, but at the same time, frequently you need to go back to your customers, go back to your market and learn that what is going on there and make changes in your internal systems and processes. Yeah.
Smashing, sir. We just are having likes on. I think people are more into YouTube, where YouTube people are putting in thumbs up and all. So just to let everyone know that we are. This is our first session. We had our good omens. For example, the screen was not sharing. For example, the noise, the voice was not good. But overall, that's how online sessions work. They fall together. Everything falls in its place, and everything goes fine. So for everybody, if you have any questions, I will just give it one tick for you to post your questions. People who are on Zoom, you can just perhaps unmute yourself. I've already given access to microphones. You can unmute yourself and you can talk to us. And people who are on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook, please use your comment box so that we can answer your question. We only have one question. I think that's a great start, actually, if you ask me. It's a very good start, sir. I think, and just to let everyone know again and remind everybody that whatever we have discussed today is, and the disclaimer was already actually on the below of the screen, is for that all these opinions, thoughts is our own and nothing to do with our present or previous employers. I think we are coming to the end, sir. What can the viewers expect in our next session? We will be going into, I know for a fact that we had more slides than these. Would we be continuing from the next slide, or are we going to start a new topic?
No, we will have to finish this up.
Okay.
We have few more slides actually, where we will be talking about the solution to these problems.
Okay. Yeah.
So, right. Yeah. So that is briefly, because it's a huge topic. But we will be just introducing with a simple example the concept of what the framework can help us in resolving issues. So that is why we will continue with this. One thing I want to tell all the audience is we have also started a YouTube channel with the same name. It is called Strategy Compass. So you can see my videos. Normally once in a week I put the video. So I think I have 4 or 5 videos already there. and this you may find it here, there also. So whenever you are free and you want to go further into details, probably you can watch those videos. But next week we will continue with this.
Yes, just for people to know, I have shared the link of Mr. Gopal's profile on our WhatsApp link, not in our WhatsApp group as well. And of course, what I have done is I have shared the link in our live stream that is going on LinkedIn at this very moment. And of course, the YouTube. I don't. Sorry, can you put that YouTube link? For some reason, I'm not able to find it. It was there yesterday in my list, but for some reason I cannot find it. If you can just paste it into the chat box, I will paste it into the LinkedIn live stream, and of course in the chat, and of course in the Zoom chat box as well. So. Or if you have it on your screen, I can just share the screen again, and you can perhaps you have to share your screen rather than the PPT.
Okay.
So
here it is.
Okay.
You see my screen, right?
Now we are able to see us what you call your PowerPoint presentation. Maybe you can paste it into the presentation itself at the bottom, the point number 7.
Okay, 1 second. Yes, I can do that. There is no doubt about it.
So these
you
are
have to give me the access to my presentation. I'll stop share and then it becomes a problem. Or I can do it in a chat box.
Yeah, you can paste it into the Zoom chat box. That's also fine. So, pearls of wisdom, people, and as far as the mission, vision, and value of our book club is concerned, and trust me, we go by it. It's not a statement for, because we don't charge anything. We don't. It's a free. I shouldn't use the word free though. It's open to all with no monetary benefits to either me or to any of our speakers. So people, you will be able to see the channel now, okay, and it's on your screen. You can always go on this channel, and next time we will have a QR code on our bottom, and also we will have Gopal's image coming in. We did some tests yesterday. It was working fine, but to be a successful presentation, some things have to fail, so that you learn how to manage things last time. At the last moment.
Yes. You should be prepared for any eventuality.
Correct. So thank you very much, sir, for sharing these pearls of wisdom with us, and of course going by the content, so rich content that we have seen today morning. I think everyone is enjoying their sunny Sunday. I'm getting into my on our WhatsApp group. We are getting messages from business owners, small business owners, small to medium business owners, family business owners, that they really enjoyed the session, and the message that they are sending across is that it helps them to rethink their strategy. It is helping them to cut through the jargon of management and use simple words to understand. That's our goal at this very moment as well. And thank you very much, Mr. Gopal. We will meet next week, same 8 o'clock. Up until then, take very good care of yourself. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for your time. And I hope I could explain in the simple terms. I'm trying to be as simplistic as possible for explaining, so I avoid using jargons. so that people are able to understand. I myself, I had this kind of a challenge when I started my management career actually. So I'm very careful. You have a great weekend. Of course, it's already Sunday, so enjoy yourself, and I will see you next week. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.